Hey, hello, and a very, very good evening. My name's Sean Ryan. You are watching the Planet Cruise TV show that's been running now several years. We're live, of course, right now, and we're here to bring you the best and the hottest deals around right now. And here to tell us all about them is a great friend of mine, the wonderful Keith Maynard. Nice to see you, Keith.
Good to see you, Sean. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm great, actually. I love this show. I look forward to it every week.
It's a great show, isn't it? It's a good lift of the week. Talking about holidays and sunshine and great service on cruise ships.
And Keith, I know most of you know Keith because we've got lots of regulars, but new viewers join us every Tuesday as well. Keith's really knowledgeable. I mean, when it comes to travelling, you've been all around the world numerous times, haven't you?
Yeah, really lucky. Well, I got into the cruise industry. I stepped on board my first ship in 2000. It was March of 2000, and that was a ship called the Sundream. This is years ago, and I spent 12 great years sailing the world, and ended up working on the Queen Mary 2 as the entertainment director for Cunard. That was my last ship. So
and now working with the multi-award-winning Planet Cruise. I know when I book a holiday, and I've said book with Planet Cruise several times myself, you want everything to be perfect, and this is what Planet Cruise are all about, isn't
Absolutely.
it?
We're tailor-made specialists.
You
know, and the biggest independent cruise operator in the whole of the UK, multi-award winning, with the top seller for most of the companies that we sell for, and you'll see that throughout the course of the show. And the great thing about it is that virtually everyone that works for us, like myself, have either worked in the cruise industry and or cruise regularly, so you get the information from the horse's mouth, and your money's safe. In an age where we'll always be wearing of con artists, it's ABTOL and ATOL bonded, which means when you book with us, your money is safe.
And what is really important as well tonight, if you are looking at booking your first cruise, you know, one, you're doing it with an amazing agent, the biggest independent agent, so you're going to get a fantastic deal.
97% customer feedback rating.
Really? In terms of positivity?
Yeah,
wow. But a cruise experience is incredible, isn't it, Keith?
Oh, once you cruise, you never go back.
No, you don't.
You know, people used to say to me time and time again, my job as a cruise director was to chat to people who came on the ships, you know, and talk to them about their lives, their days, and people would do a cruise, that's it, they'd never do another holiday. And there's so many reasons for that, you know, because of the value, you know, because of what you get, the service. You know, you haven't had proper service until you've been on a holiday. You know, you cruise all the time.
I took my first cruise when I was 40, and honestly, it's the only holiday I've done ever since. And I've actually been very lucky. I've done 20 cruises now, so I've got a lot of knowledge myself. For me, it's the food is just outstanding. It really is. So much choice, and food is available all day long, you know, often 24 hours a day.
Lots of choice as well. So you know, you have food from all over the world, and often that food will reflect the ports that you're travelling to. So you get a kind of flavour of the local culture on board with the cuisine. Do you know what I love as well? The fact that it's multi-generational as a holiday. So you can have 3 generations of the same family on a ship, and everyone gets something different to do, and they all enjoy it, and they come back together to share that experience over dinner in the evening.
And it's a very safe environment as well. You know, you don't get lost on a cruise ship. You know, it's not like you're wandering around in some town, you know, and you're not sure where you are.
Yeah. Everything's so close in a sense, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Things like the service, not only the service in the restaurants and the bars, but, you know, at the reception area as well, you know, the standard of service.
Oh, it is.
Incredible.
People make friends, we crew members. I mean, I know so many passengers that will come back and they'd ask for certain crew members. They want to have the same cabin steward. They want to have the same service in the restaurant. They make friends and they keep in touch with things like Facebook.
And just back to entertainment, say Keith was entertainment director, it's a big part of it for me, the fact that you can, you know, walk around the ship and see a lovely, you know, 4-piece quartet playing music, or a pianist singing, or
a sword swallower. Just knocking it back.
Or a West End style show. It is all that, and it's all free and included as well. So, you know, don't spend your whole life thinking, shall I do a cruise? You know, I'm going to love it. Try it tonight. We've got some amazing prices. Back to Planet Cruise. Here's some of the reasons why you should think about booking with Planet Cruise tonight. You know, cruise experts with first-hand knowledge, we've talked about a whole list there, you know, to really, really give you peace of mind as well. So, a little taster, Keith, of what's coming up tonight, because we think we've got one of the best shows ever, don't we?
Some amazing deals, and we're going all over the world, and there was a lovely deal with Oceania as well, and a cracker with P&O around the Canaries.
That's under £800, isn't it?
Under £800 for 2 weeks.
In July, seriously. Really and we are going to be joined by Chris from Planet Cruise as well, who's going to talk us through. So, should we start off then?
We should start.
We're going to start off with an amazing deal, actually. It's with Royal Caribbean. Now, this is a late deal. This is for the 26th of May, and it's your chance of visiting the beautiful Norwegian fjords, and they are stunning. I was there last year. Keith's about to visit the fjords in a few weeks' time. They are absolutely amazing. This deal at $649 also includes, I'm checking here, the free select drinks package and onboard spend. This is money on your account that you can use towards treatments in the spa, excursions, up to $200 per stateroom as well. And if you go for the ocean view, I'll just check the price on that one. Yeah, it's $789. You'll get a free upgrade to a balcony as well. So, and honestly, if you're visiting the fjords, a balcony is really worth it, isn't it?
You have to have a balcony. There's always something to see in the fjords. And as you just saw up there, we're the #1 selling agent in the UK for Royal Caribbean. So you're booking with the right people because we sell so many of their cruises.
Well, let's take you on board the Explorer of the Seas. My first cruise was Royal Caribbean, actually.
I know you're a big fan of them, and they're great. I mean, Royal Caribbean, you've got two big cruise families in the world, really big ones. You've got Royal Caribbean Cruise Family and the Carnival Cruise Family. Royal Caribbean, the ships are destinations in themselves. And the great thing is, this is on the Explorer of the Seas, which has just come over to the UK. There's a lot of excitement about the ship, one of the Voyager class. And so with Royal Caribbean, it's full of things to do. We're talking about multi-generational holiday experience. Look at that. The kids get looked after in the kids' clubs, you know, whether it's swimming, whether it's making masks, face painting, going and watching great entertainers just for them, while the adults can relax around the pool, they can enjoy some of the amazing food. The whole family can go to somewhere like Johnny Rockets, the wonderful 1960s American diner, when the waiters would dance for you. You can get an Oreo sundae or tuck into a gorgeous beef burger. And then again, during the day, you know, if you want them to be, those kids are being looked after for you. Now, this is the Grand Promenade you just saw an image of there. And down there, they have massive street parties. You have loads of things off those promenades where you can go gambling, where maybe you want to go through and see the theatre and see these amazing West End and Broadway-style shows every night. And that's included in the price. There's an ice rink on board. You'll see great ice shows, you know, Studio B, called Ice Planet, with the snow falling down. And these are done by professional entertainers, professional skaters. This is professional class. And this is something you just don't get in hotels.
Honestly, it is amazing. You've got something to look forward to every single evening.
Multiple things. I mean, you'll be sport for choice. Very often, the biggest complaint I get on a cruise ship is too much to do.
No, and I can't fit it all in. I'll have to come back on another cruise.
It's crazy.
Now, Keith recommended that I took a cruise around the fjords. I did it last year, and I'm actually going back this year because they are stunning. So, first of all, you're cruising from Southampton, so that means you can take as much luggage as you like, can't you, Keith?
You can indeed. As many shoes or handbags as you fancy. And then, of course, you're off from Southampton to Rotterdam. Now, obviously, Rotterdam, great port, but it was heavily bombed in the Second World War, so a lot of the architecture is modern. If you want to step back to a more authentic kind of tail back into the Dutch kind of life, head over to Amsterdam, which is very, very close, and there you're going to get the tulips, the wooden shoes, the Heineken beer. You're going to see some of the wonderful buildings that just line the canals. You've got all the wonderful parks. You can explore the Keukenhof there, Ooster Park, Vlondel Park. Hire a bike from Matt Bike or one of the other outlets and just cycle around. It's flat, it's easy to cycle, the bikes are really comfy. Head out to the countryside, see some of those famous windmills, go and see Anne Frank's house and see it's 90 different islands, Amsterdam, so there's 1,280 bridges that crisscross.
That's a huge amount,
It's
isn't
amazing.
it? Yeah.
It's really, really beautiful. If you want to do the best canal cruise, I recommend going to Boomtown, Chicago and the Liedersplein. Again, email me if you want more information, and you can do one there for just 12 people, and they'll take you where you want to go. It's an amazing city. Okay, relaxing day at sea. Again, for you to enjoy everything that ship has to offer, and there's so much you will not get bored. You'll want almost more days at sea. And then you hit into the fjords. We don't hit the fjords, no, I mean you sail into the fjords. And this is great. The first port of call is Ulden. Ulden. I'm trying to give it the Norwegian pronunciation here. And it's a village that sits peacefully, and you can see the scale. Bearing in mind, whatever we show you will not do justice to being there in person. As Sean said, I'm going to experience this on Saturday when I head off into the fjords on cruise with Keith. It's incredible. And this village sits on the edge of the colossal Jostedal Glacier. It's Europe's largest ice floe. It covers 188 square miles. And that little village, it looks like a model village, sits on the edge, and you can head into the mountains. You can explore the ice plains. You can hike over wooden bridges, over waterfalls, through bewitching mountain valleys, right up to the glacier's face. It's incredible.
And when you see the size of the ships compared to the fjords, you know,
these
are vast, aren't they?
They are vast. You are dwarfed. You really feel the size of nature, and you feel very insignificant, but in all the best way.
And talk of nature, you know, this time of year when we're heading into spring, there's so much happening.
Oh, well, this is great. You're coming out all the colours now. You're getting the reds and the blues, and the fruit season's really expanding now in Norway. It's gorgeous. People selling plums on the side. Okay, then we're going through to Flom. It's the little place between steep mountains, and it's cradled deep into Songesfjord, which is the world's longest and deepest fjord. Towering cliff faces, rustic wooden bridges, and again, a chance to ride on the Flom Railway, one of the world's steepest railways. Now, Sean, I know show. I recommended you do this. You did this.
It was magical. And what was so nice, you know, as you went further up, you know, you saw all the snow and things. As you came down, it was all springtime. And
absolutely, and you're travelling through the mountains,
yeah,
through these mountain tunnels. It's incredible. And if you don't fancy railways, then of course you can go to Onrudale to see how the goat's cheese is made, or you can go to the world's steepest and narrowest fjord, Naulis Fjord, where you've got eagles swooping in and seals bathing on the side. It's an incredible area. Then we're going through from there to Aalesund. Now, this was ravaged in fire in 1904. It was rebuilt by reclaimed money from the Kaiser. I diverse. What we've got, though, is a fairy tale palace built in the Art Nouveau kind of architectural style. So it's got very much like a fairy tale feel, medley of turrets and spires and ornamental twists. It's beautiful to walk around. You can head out from here onto the Trollsteigen Road over stone bridges and hairpin bends to the Troll Wall, a 6,000-foot vertical drop-off, the largest in Europe. Or if you want, just take a trip up to Mount Axler, which is the local mount, just for a great view over the fjords. It's brilliant. And then finally, we're going through to Stavanger in Norway. Sophisticated little city, thriving in this patchwork of heather-covered hills. You've got the Jar beaches, 11 kilometres of beaches to explore, which people don't often associate with Norway. You've also got lots of wooden buildings that you can go and walk around, see the artists hard at work. And look at this. You just saw, if we go back on the one photo, if we could, back to the Troll's Tongue. You can see the Troll's Tongue and a place called the Pulpit Rock. You can take a cruise down what's called the Lillesfjord, and you can see all these amazing... That's what I'm going to be doing in about a week and a half's time. You know, hopefully sitting on the edge of a Troll's Tongue. You know, and looking out, surveying all the wonder of creation.
And Keith will just be wearing his trunks, won't you, Keith?
I'll be wearing. I'm going to do a dive. I'm going to dive off into the blue water.
You better not. What other highlights have we got in Stavanger?
Yeah, it's Dormkirk, Norway's oldest cathedral you're seeing there, and a chance to go and see some quirky museums, such as the Petroleum Museum and the Canning Museum. And
then a final date here back to Southampton. Now, we know we've got an amazing price tonight with this cruise. Bear in mind, you've got free drinks. So that drinks package is included, select drinks package, so that's all of your beers, all of your wines throughout the ship, and with your meals, of course, as well. And my advice would be, we've also got an upgrade from ocean view to balcony. And I know from my own experience, I had a balcony, and waking up in the morning, being in the middle of these vast fjords, or on an evening when you're having a drink on the balcony, you can really take it all in your own private space. And even if you are going for the interior cabin, you get to choose your room number on this one as well. So honestly, it is incredible.
And the midnight sun, you know, you'll be there at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it will still be like midday, and you'll be going through beautiful fjords.
Honestly,
I've been trying to explain this to my dad, who's coming with me, and he's his mind. If he's watching tonight, hi Dad, I love it.
Oh, nice that you're taking your dad there.
I know, it's great.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
We know that this one is going to sell very quickly. It's a late deal. We've got a brilliant price of $649 right now. So if you say a free upgrade from Ocean View to balcony, that would mean you get the balcony for $789. A free select drinks package. That's all of your wines, all of your beers throughout the cruise. That is brilliant. Up to $200 onboard spend. That is credited to your card. So you'll be able to spend that on whatever you choose on board. You know, it might be in the stores, it might be in the spa, it might be on an excursion. And my advice, if you want to be really rested before the cruise, then why not stay in the Meon Valley Marriott? We've got a special deal with them. It's £75 per person. They really look after Planet Cruise customers, and you get your free parking and port transfers. So it's really worth doing that as well. And just to remind you, all of your money is in such safe hands tonight, because all of our cruises are ATOL and APTA protected. Everything includes all overseas transfers, should there be any. Any hotels are always in central locations, and flights would be with world-renowned airlines. And that's throughout the cruises that we're seeing tonight, of course. Now, just very important tonight as well, every cruise has its own ID number. This just makes it easy for you when you're booking, or if you're looking at this later on online. So this one there, I'll be honest, I found it a bit hard to read, but I think it says there, 77561. It does. 77561 there at £649 per person.
And we're open until 10:30 tonight, if people want
to
call.
Call centre open until 10:30. Is it 8:30 tomorrow?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, we'll check with Chris, because he's joining us
we'll
from the call centre later. Free phone number as well, 0800 840 1088. And even if you've just got questions, queries, you need more information, they're there to really help you and to guide you through and to find the right cruise for you. Anyway, last week, Oceania Cruises had their best week ever with Planet Cruise, didn't they?
Absolutely. I mean, people were really getting into the idea of cruising in real luxury, particularly people that have been on the cruise industry before, and want to take a step up to kind of 5.5 to 6-star cruising. And there is a noticeable difference when you step up onto an Oceania cruise.
There is. I was very lucky. I went on an Oceania cruise about 18 months ago, and it was breathtaking.
In a penthouse suite, I believe, Sean.
Yeah, which we've got available tonight as well, for less than you'd imagine. Anyway, I'm not the only one that's been on board, because Keith has, and here he is to tell you more.
Launched in 2011, the Marina was Oceania Cruises' first new build, and at 66,000 tonnes but with only 1,200 guests, she offers an unparalleled chic and spacious environment where the comfort and intimacy of a small ship experience is magically expanded into a beautiful and sophisticated luxury hotel at sea. When you cruise with Oceania, unlimited complimentary soft drinks, bottled water, specialty coffees, teas and juices are all included in the price on every sailing. There are 9 different lounges and bars to experience on board Marina, from the intimate 007 cocktails and live music of martinis to the poolside alfresco setting of waves. But if, like me, you're a lover of the grape, then there's no finer choice than here in La Reserva. From the traditional Italian food of Toscana to the classic American steakhouse Polo Grill, this is a foodie's heaven where your taste buds will say thank you after every meal. Oceania spend more on food than any other line, and I love the fact that all the main restaurants also offer Canyon Ranch Spa Club cuisine, meaning that taste is not compromised by even the strictest diet. Now I'm about to go into Red Ginger, which was recently voted the best restaurant at sea. Its menu of Thai, Vietnamese, Japanese and Indonesian food is one of the world's best. But whatever you do, don't forget the nightly offering in the theatre. Comedians, stars of the West End and Broadway, and a superb selection of inventive shows that will literally leave you shouting, "Encore!" Elsewhere, you can dance the night away in Horizons or be serenaded by what many have described as the finest orchestra at sea. Oceania's suites feature oversized living and dining areas, as well as marble and granite-clad bathrooms and bathtubs. And the suites literally elevate seagoing opulence to new levels with custom Empire-style furnishings and iconic designs from Ralph Lauren Home, and of course the brilliance of contemporary designer Dakota Jackson.
Doesn't it look nice?
Incredible, yeah.
They are incredible
It's
rooms.
really nice, and you know what I mean? For the price of what you're getting and everything you're getting thrown in, with all that extra dining, you know, with everything you're getting thrown in with the drinks package,
so it's all your drinks
incredible.
package, your
Drinks package,
gratuities.
and of course all the restaurants are open sitting, so that's already included in the price.
So
there's
specialty restaurants.
It's all the specialty
yeah,
restaurants.
honestly, we only feature Oceania if we've got a really good deal. We've got it tonight. And the prices of veranda that you're looking at right now, a penthouse suite, by the way, is £250 more. That is it. And they are amazing, 420 square foot. Anyway, where are we going to, Keith?
OK, so great Baltic cruise, really fashionable and great part of the world to cruise to. If you've not cruised there yet, what are you waiting for? So we're flying out to Copenhagen, which is a really good start. The reason I'm going to say that to you is because a lot of the time you can cruise from the UK. If you cruise from the UK, you have those sea days. So if you want to get straight into your itinerary, this is a really good way of seeing the Baltic. OK, your first port of call once you get on the ship is going to be Warnemünde. This is your chance to walk around this beautiful medieval popular holiday spot, to see the wonderful beaches where they'll be flying kites and walking their dogs and sitting in the Stankorbs. And you can walk through the medieval walls of the city. However, it gives you your chance to go through to Berlin, the Reichstag. You're seeing all the big hitting images here, Brandenburg Gate, Checkpoint Charlie. That's my favourite place to go, find out about the stories of the different escapes. And if you get a chance, take a tour in a tiny Trabant car, get the Goodbye Lenin vibe, and go around Berlin's Wild East. It's really, really good fun to do. Again, get in contact with me if you want more information at Planet Cruise, at Beef Keefy. I'll give you some more information. OK, then you get a cruise through the Baltic Sea before you hit your next port of call, which is Tallinn. This is a great attraction for cruise passengers because it's a remarkably well-restored medieval town. It's like stepping back into the 14th century. You expect Hans Christian Andersen to step around the corner with several of his characters. It's an incredible experience. It's got one of the oldest town halls in the whole of Europe, right in the centre, surrounded by beautiful little wine bars. You can sit there and get bear meat and drink mead, you know, and really feel like you're a medieval knight. You can go to the lovely wonderful flower stores, you know, the wonderful flower market they've got there, and you can enjoy the beautiful Alexander Nevsky Russian Orthodox Cathedral.
And August, this must be a great time to visit, isn't it?
Yeah, good heat. I've got a really good suntan many times at this time of the year, and really great place to buy suits. buy clothing in this part of the world is incredible. In Tallinn, Estonia, they've got loads of great bespoke tailors. Then we're going through to your next border call. This is an incredible chance for you to go through to St. Petersburg, and you've got an overnight here. Now, this is Russia's window to the rest. This is a beautiful place for you to see beautiful bridges, shimmering canals, ornate palaces. It's very special. Even the metro stations, if you use the metro, they resemble kind of palaces. I was
going to say, they look so opulent, don't they?
Really opulent. You've got the wonderful onion dome architecture. You've got the Winter Palace there, over 3 million works of art as part of the Hermitage. Great if you're a fan of art, even if you're just a fan of big buildings you want to walk around. It's incredible. I call it gingerbread architecture. That's my favourite building, the Church of Spilled Blood, where you can almost break it off and eat it. It looks that good. It's incredible. And of course, you can discover a magical night maybe at the Conservatoire Theatre in the evening. Get off and go and see some of the ballet. It's incredible.
Again, it's a place I'd love to visit.
And then finally,
Helsinki, isn't it?
Helsinki. Yeah. This is Finland. It's a real sea town par excellence. It's an exciting, dynamic place. Half the city seems to literally be in the water. And they've got a great Lutheran church. My favourite place is the Suomenlinna Sea Fortress. It's a great picnic spot, and all the islands link up, and you can walk around. It's really, really beautiful. I really, really enjoy this part of the world, and that's the Lutheran Church as well. Beyond that, you're then heading back to Stockholm, where you disembark and you fly back to London.
Now, honestly, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience with Oceania. This is the beautiful ship you're going to be on board. This is luxury at its finest. Everything is all-inclusive. All of your free gratuities as well, all of your specialty dining. The food that we just saw there, Oceania are known to have the finest food at sea, aren't they?
They have a lot of their own suppliers. So they have their own ranches, their own places where they get their seafood in that only supply to Oceania. Which is really, really incredible. And everything is freshly prepared, everything's unique, bespokely created for you.
And honestly, you've got to go to the specialty restaurants. They are included, so there's no extra charge for those. My favourite restaurant ever is Red Ginger. You've got to experience that.
Asian fusion dining, really beautiful.
By the way, just pause there. That's the veranda stateroom you're going to get tonight, and they are beautiful. I mentioned earlier the penthouse suites are just £250 more, and they're huge. And you'll get 24-hour butler service with those, private access to areas of the spa, and even in-suite dining. So you can have the specialty restaurant food served to you in your penthouse. So just ask us about those.
One other big thing that you're getting here, this is a 66,000 ton ship, but you've only got 1,200 passengers on board. That means the amount of space that you get to enjoy is huge compared with other competitors. So do bear that in mind.
Honestly, I really want some of our regulars that are looking for that extra level to go for this tonight. All-inclusive drinks package, return flights, of course, as well. We can provide this from most UK airports, so just say based on London in terms of pricing. And you've got the overnight on board in St. Petersburg. That is incredible. And it's peak season as well, 14th of August.
Try the herrings in Helsinki. There we go. It almost rhymes, but the herrings in Helsinki are gorgeous.
Now, our Keithy loves Twitter. We do too. So if you want to tweet us today, #PlanetCruiseLive. You can search Planet Cruise on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or email us hello@planetcruise.co.uk.
And you'll see if you retweet what's already out there now, you'll get a live mention on the show at the end of the show. So there's the tweeted from @B4Keithy and at Planet Cruise have retweeted it. Retweet that and we'll actually say your name or send us a message and we'll say hello to you live tonight.
Now, the ID number for Oceania there is 84499. So give us a call right now. It's a free phone number. That one is going to go, believe me. But we've now got a wonderful cruise with Princess. I've just booked my first cruise with Princess for July. Actually, really looking forward to it. And a company that get great feedback and have been in the industry many, many years. And this is a chance to visit Chile, the Falkland Islands, and Argentina, isn't it, as well?
This is, and again, we're the #1 agent for Princess, as you've just seen flashed up on there on the screen. Princess are an American cruise company. I know you're very excited about travelling with them, and for good reason. They've been in the industry for a long, long time. They've got tremendously high standards. They pioneer a lot of the industry, things in the industry that are now copied elsewhere on other lines. For instance, the outside sea screen, which is huge, where you can watch movies under the stars and have popcorn and see maybe a huge concert or a film at night or during the day. Award-winning entertainment. They also pioneer something where the whole ship runs around the piazza. In the centre of the ship, you've got this wonderful kind of open space like the Italian towns used to have, and everything runs around that, and you have spontaneous performances, and you have, you know, like I said, sword swallow will suddenly start swallowing a sword in the middle of, you know, you're sitting there having a nice glass of wine, some tapas at Vines, and it all happens. It's an incredible experience.
Yeah. And this is a huge itinerary as well. I mean, it is amazing. I'm going to let Keith talk you through, because these are areas that I've never been to. I've never been to Argentina. I've never been to the Falkland Islands.
Don't cry for me.
Oh.
Okay.
Not a bad voice there, Keith.
Thanks.
So, this starts off with a flight, first of all, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right, to Santiago, and there you've got a 2-night stay in the hotel. And this is all part of the deal, so you're getting a 2-night hotel stay before you even get on your cruise ship. This is incredible. It sprawls at the feet of the mighty snow-capped Andes, and you've got the Maipo Valley, Chile's internationally renowned wine district. It's a short drive to the south, so if you like your wines, this is a great start to the holiday. And if you like your scenery, there's nothing better than having a city sitting in the shadow. If we can go back one, just to see that picture again of the Andes in the background. Look at that. Imagine that. Imagine waking up and opening your hotel up and seeing that view. Now, there's lots to do here. I'm going to hit a couple of big things. First of all, take a funicular ride in Valparaiso. Maybe go up to San Cristobal Hill for amazing views over the whole city. And definitely go to the Bella Vista neighbourhood, which is great street food. There's a host of shops and sidewalk cafes, and also you can go to La Chascona, which is one of the homes of the poet Pablo Neruda. He built it for his third wife. Don't ask me how many he had, quite a few. And it's full of winding garden paths, stairs and bridges. It's beautiful. It's got a secret passageway. It's really romantic. Okay, then we're going to go from here, and you're going to transfer at the port of Valparaiso, which is literally the port for Santiago, and then you're going to get on board Star Princess for 14 nights, 2 weeks cruising, Sean. It's an incredible experience, a relaxing day at sea before we go into Puerto Montt. It's the gateway to Chile's magnificent Lake District, snow-capped volcanoes, alpine valleys, low hills, beautiful terrain, and these German villages where there's beautiful roses and so much wildlife and flowers to smell. And you get the Fujiyama of South America, Oscano, Mount Oscano that you just saw there, sitting on your doorstep for you to explore. Then a relaxing day at sea before you get to enjoy your first glacier. This is the Amelia Glacier, and this is, again, a chance to head into Chile's legendary sparkling Lake District, if you like. It's unspoilt scenery, dramatic rock formations and abundant wildlife, and beautiful what they call Peel's dolphins. Okay, then we're going through to Punta Arenas. Again, this is now into Chile. You're going through the Straits of Magellan, stunning natural area full of pretty bays and inlets, and you arrive in Punta Arenas. And from here, you can go into the Torres del Paine National Park and see the penguin colony at Setorwe. It's incredible. And when you see these penguins, around it you've got this wonderful Martian volcanic topography. It's beautiful. Okay, then we're going through to the Falkland Islands. We all know about the Falkland Islands, and here you can see penguins, whales, dolphins, sea lions, albatross, ferns, grasses, flowers, the delicate pale maidens that the Falklands are famous for. It's a beautiful part of the world. There we go. Okay, then we're going through to a relaxing day at sea before we go through to Puerto Madryn. This is in Argentina. This is a wonderful chance. It was actually founded by Welsh immigrants, and you can still have Welsh tea there. That's all I'm going to say. All I would say is this is a great chance for you to see sea lion and penguin colonies and these huge elephant seals that weigh in at over 3 tons. Relaxing day at sea before you then go through to Montevideo. This is nestled between Brazil and Argentina. It's the second smallest country in South America. It's one of the world's most literate nations. And it's really cosmopolitan. It's beautiful, full of broad boulevards and fountains and stately squares, and a great chance for you to go through to Punta del Este, South America's most famous seaside resort, full of big names and celebrities. Great chance for you to do some wine tasting and relax on a beach. Okay, then you're going through to Buenos Aires. Forgive me for going so quickly, but there's literally so much to talk about here. And Buenos Aires, you've got an overnight on board on the ship, and then you're getting off and then having 2 nights in a 4-star hotel to enjoy this. Now, La Bocca, this gave birth to the tango. And you've got these brightly coloured buildings in reds, and the Italian immigrants founded this particular section. And the whole idea of a tango came out of the street dance that they used to enjoy here.
The new tango, Keith.
I can tango.
Can
I've
you?
tangoed. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you
yeah.
go.
Yeah, I've been tangoed as well. That's something different. And then you can actually go and also see the Recoleta Cemetery if you want to go and see the black marble crypt of the legendary Eva Peron. You can chuck into some of those wonderful Argentinian wines, those great grilled meats, and find out about the life of the gaucho, the cowboy. Maybe go onto the Estanza and see the horsemanship in action. It's an amazing cosmopolitan city, and I love Argentina. The people are so friendly, so warm. And that's just what the weather's like, and also the food.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, this really is spectacular, isn't it?
It's incredible. I'm not even mentioning the fact that you cross Cape Horn. You know, you go round Cape Horn, one of the most legendary things to do on a ship. And once you've done that, you can put an earring in your ear, and you can put your feet up on the table when you eat dinner. They're two of the traditions that you can do when you pass around Cape Horn. It's an amazing experience. It really, really is. What an itinerary! Look at that. Look at that.
Well, let's remind you, you're going to be on this stunning ship, of course, the Star Princess with Princess Cruises. And it is a trip of a lifetime. And I think when you see the price on the screen there, less than £2,200, and you're away for nearly 3 weeks, and you get to see so much of the world. It's really incredible value.
And again, you know, when you're thinking about these amazing places, the amazing coastline that you're going around, and you've unpacked, you've unpacked once on the ship, and you're seeing all those different parts of South America, Sean. 2 hotel stops. Again, it's what Planet Cruise do so well. It's tailor-made for your best.
So this
interest.
is a bespoke package.
Absolutely,
it's exclusive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we know that the standards on board that ship will be outstanding. Now, we've always got various staterooms available. The 2199 is for an interior, but I want to just introduce you to some of the other rooms that are available, because quite often, you know, you might imagine, oh, well, to get an ocean view, it's going to be several £100s more, or a balcony is going to be over £3,000. It's not at all. If we show you the little chart here, you know, an ocean view to get all of that natural light on the 15th of January is just £100 more, which, you know, is incredible. Even the suites there, you know, you've got those starting at 2,899. So it's always worth just asking us. You know, the call centre will talk you through the various options available. But if you are going away in January, on the 15th of January, it's just £100 more, which is nothing per night, is it? In terms of what's included, again, so much with the cruise holiday. So all of your return flights, based on London Heathrow there, we can provide flights from most UK airports, and this is the beauty of Planet Cruise. So we can change the airport, we can add hotel stays, make the trip bespoke for you at home. You do get a 2-night stay in a 4-star hotel in Buenos Aires, and on selected departure dates, we should say the itineraries operate in reverse as well. The ID number for this one is 82525. That's a nice easy one, 82525. And, you know, if you say jot that down, it just makes our cruise consultants, it makes it a little bit easier for them to find the cruise that you're looking for. Or, of course, you can pop that in on our website and get the full details as well. Now, we also, don't forget, we always have a show every Tuesday at 8 and also on a Friday at 11 o'clock as well, 11 o'clock in the morning. So don't forget our Friday show. Now, a big part of any cruise holiday is getting to see all of these fabulous places and making the most of it. Now, you can actually book your shore excursions with Planet Cruise as well. Now, the benefit of this is you can save up to 60% on the prices that you'd pay on board the ships. We've got a price match guarantee, and we've even got now shore excursion packages available as well. So, you know, many, many reasons to book your excursions through Planet Cruise as well. But we have got a great friend joining us right now. He's been on the sofa many times in the past. Chris Woodcock is with us. Nice to see you, Chris.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah. So, well, we always know that when you're here, we're going to get some expert advice because you work for Planet Cruise, don't you? You're one of the guys on the phones, aren't you?
That's it. I'm the one that you're speaking to every single day. I take your calls, I book you, I sort out your excursions, everything you want, I'm there for you.
Well, and I know sometimes, you know, you always get like many new viewers that are booking a cruise for the first time and they're a little bit hesitant, a little bit nervous. Because Planet Cruise are independent, you're going to find the right cruise for that viewer, that person, aren't you?
Exactly. We don't have any allegiance to any particular cruise line, so we can really look at the whole gamut and see what's perfect for you.
And, Chris, you've got an amazing deal tonight, haven't you? You've got 2 deals.
Yes.
But this first one, I think it's one of the best that we've seen. 2 weeks, is that right?
2 weeks, and the price is incredible.
Under £800?
Exactly, yeah.
And we're not talking out of season. That price is for the date here, my word, the 8th of July.
Mid-season, you would not expect that price. $799 is
Wow.
It's crazy.
And we're guaranteed amazing weather because we're taking you over to the Canaries on this one as well.
Exactly.
Wow. So 2 weeks, 8th of July is a lead date there, a price of under £800. If you have the later dates, it's just a deposit only as well. But should we take you on board? Because this is with P&O, isn't it?
Right, the original cruise line company. They go back hundreds of years themselves, and this is one of the smaller of the ships, the Oriana. It's the latest ship to become adults only, so you know, nice to get on board and see families enjoying themselves, but also nice to have that quiet time as well. And this is what Oriana's all about.
So even though this will take us into July when some kids might be off school, this is an adults-only cruise, is that right?
Right, nice quiet cruise, relaxing, and you've got all that time to explore as well. So there's only 1,800 guests on board. The food is really special in this place. You've got the Lord's Tavern, which is a lovely bar there just to watch the sports. Special to P&O is Marco Pierre White's Ocean Grill that you're seeing right there. It's a special restaurant. Really only about £12.50 for the cover charge. And it's all you can eat. Yeah, it's super cheap for the quality you get. Tiffany's Coffee and Lounge Bar. And you've got the Royal Theatre there, the Headliners Theatre Company. They're exclusive to P&O. They're their in-house production company, and they put on these amazing West End shows that you're seeing there, along with guest entertainers that they bring along through the cruise as well. There's no short of entertainment on board.
And with P&O, you know, the entertainment is very British, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the whole company has a real British feel. And if you're looking for something a little familiar, then that's a nice feeling to be on board with like-minded people and people, you know, you can get to know. And
I was just thinking about some of the entertainment. You know, there was a great British comedian when I was on board, and you know, it's such a good experience. And when you look at the price, it works out £400 a week for July.
Right.
With all of that great entertainment, that great... That's really good, Keith, isn't it?
It's an amazing
deal.
Yeah, absolutely is. Yeah. And as Chris says, you know, 177 years they've been taking people around the world, so they know what they're doing and they'll give you a great cruise.
That's more than us three put together, isn't it?
It is, well, nearly.
Yeah, just. So, I know you're going to talk us through, aren't you, Chris? First of all, cruising from Southampton, what are the benefits of that?
You can literally park right at the terminal building. You can walk across the path and you're there at the check-in desk.
And your luggage, you might not realise this, but your luggage is taken, you know, from you the moment you arrive, and the next time you see it, it's outside your stateroom.
Right. And in Southampton,
you're not lugging around, you know, your suitcases and things like that.
Right, and same through Southampton City. The station's right there, the port's right there.
Yeah,
you know, it's so easy.
So easy. You know, no messing around in airports. So, you're on board straight away, your luggage is taken care of, 2 first days at sea, and we're making our way over to Lisbon, aren't we?
Right, Lisbon is one of my favourite cities in the Mediterranean, along with Barcelona that you know I love. When you sail in and out, you're going to be going right underneath the 25th of April bridge, which, I mean, literally clears the top of the ship by a few feet. You're seeing it coming up in just a second. There it is. Definitely get your cameras out for that moment. When you dock into Lisbon, you're right there in the centre of the city. Make sure you go to Belém Tower, which is just around the corner. Obviously, the gateway into Portuguese river there, secured for the World War II. St George Castle, UNESCO Heritage Site, 11th century, former royal residence. And while you're there, the shopping is absolutely incredible. One of my favourite places to shop, and definitely go and buy the nattas, which is the custard pastries. A little tip from Chris.
Sounds like something Keith would tell me.
Oh, the custard tarts.
Yes.
Tart, you know me.
We're next to Dead Sea, isn't it?
Then we move on to Agadir, Morocco, down into North Africa. So you're not just staying in Europe, you're heading into another continent as well. This is the gateway to Marrakesh. As you can imagine, plenty of shopping in the souks, palaces, gardens galore. Definitely try and head into Marrakesh on that day. You won't be disappointed.
And then Lanzarote.
Lanzarote, I mean, speaks for itself. You know, beaches, gorgeous town, the black sandy beaches of the Canary Islands. Of course, it's a volcanic island. Well, the whole of the Canaries are volcanic, so the landscape is really dramatic. And of course, Tenerife is just as good as well. Popular tourist destination, so you can imagine there's lots of things to do throughout both of these port days. You've got the scenic tours, you've got the shopping in the towns, plenty to do.
And guaranteed outstanding weather.
Of course, yeah.
You know.
I mean, the temperature never really gets below 20 the whole year round, so even if you don't go for that July date, you've got November, February, it's going to be sunny whenever you go.
And Tenerife is really beautiful, isn't it? You know, I never realised it. I mean, actually, hired a car one day and explored the island. It's fantastic.
Right.
Teed as well.
Yeah.
The highest mountains. You've got the whole national park there that you can enjoy. It's incredible.
Now, one of the islands that we don't see as much of is next, isn't it? La Palma.
La Palma, right. It's actually the 5th largest island for the Canaries. It's a volcanic ridge that sticks out in the ocean. The Cumbre Vieja, I don't know if you've heard of that, but that's a region found in La Palma. So great to kind of explore the wilderness, really rugged terrain, get lost in the mountain climbs there, explore nature, get at one with nature, I'd say.
And you were saying, Keith, it's a lot less developed, isn't it, La Palma?
Yeah, it is. It's much more like stepping back into the Canaries 20, 30 years ago. And it's known for being very green, full of rolling pine forests, great for hikers. So if you love nature, not necessarily being a naturist, but if you love nature, then you will love this island.
And then really quite a rare island. When I say rare, it's one we very rarely see, La Gomera.
This is one of the smaller islands in the Canaries. In fact, there's only 21,000 inhabitants on the island.
Really?
One little quote I found today, actually, which I really like, is the land that mass tourism forgot. How nice is that? You're going to Tenerife, you're going to Lanzarote, all of these touristy places that you see on every destination, but La Gomera, La Palma, you're not going to find them on many, and it's a nice chance to get off the beaten track and explore places that not many people have seen.
And then one of my favourite places, Madeira, because I love gardens, I love plants, and Madeira has the most outstanding botanical life, doesn't it?
Right, considering these are all so close together, Funchal is actually subtropical, so you do get lots of wildlife there that you wouldn't see anywhere else, lots of plants that are exclusive to Funchal, Madeira. The most picturesque place out of all these ports, I would say, you just want to go to the botanical garden that you're seeing right there. I mean, look at that, it's incredible. They've really maintained it.
Now, Chris, I want to talk about, you've got 3 final days at sea, and some of my friends often say to me, oh, how do you find the days at sea? Are you bored? The complete opposite. There is so much to do on those sea days, isn't there?
Absolutely not. The staff work so hard on board. You've got a full-time entertainment staff. The service staff are there to help you all day long. Really 24-hour service.
I'm not being funny, but have a think, what would you do on a land holiday? You'd sit around the pool, wouldn't you, all day long? And you'd have one bar, one restaurant, that's
There might be some aerobics by the pool.
Yeah.
It's
that's
not
about it,
at
isn't
all.
it?
Yeah, there's so much to do that we could talk about it for hours.
Yeah, so, you will love the days at sea. Endless entertainment, great food throughout the day, lots of things happening, and, I love the sea days. And there are, sometimes I will just sunbathe for a few hours and things.
And there's often a lot of fun stuff on the sea days. So you look at the best things in the programme to look for, things like the ice carving or fruit and vegetable carving, which kind of sound a bit kind of silly, but they're really, really fun because you're going to see the guys really, really working hard and making it talented. Flower arranging classes as well, and little things like this where they get special guest speakers.
You were very good at that,
guest
I
artists. Oh, I can arrange a bouquet anytime.
But you know what's nice about it is that you get to see the personalities of the crew while they're doing it.
That's what's so good to do it. Absolutely, get to know those crew members and see their skills.
Now, on a serious note, we know this one is going to really, really go quickly today. It really is. To get 2 weeks away, $7.99 with a company as great as P&O is incredible. Let's just remind you of everything that is included on this one. It's under £800 today. The lead date is the one that's $7.99, by the way, the 8th of July. Ships will vary in itineraries depending on the dates that you go for, but that lead date, 8th of July, on the adults only, Oriana there, is $7.99. I would definitely do this. You're away for 2 weeks. We could put you up the night before in the Meon Valley Marriott in Southampton. That would only cost you £75 per person. Then you've got 2 weeks free parking and your return port transfers. What would 2 weeks parking cost, you think, now in Southampton?
Let me tell you, because I've just looked into this. I've looked into a week's parking, and the cheapest I managed to find it for a week's parking was £70. So for 2 weeks, you're looking at double that, so about £140.
So, and you haven't stayed overnight?
No, and you haven't had your transfer. You transfer to the port and back. Nor have you had that wonderful night. It's a half-price offer that as well, Sean. Wow. It's an ongoing half-price offer.
And they really do look after Planet Cruise customers, don't they?
Exactly. If you're coming down from the north, you've got to be checking in at 12 p.m. So you've got no time. You've got to be waking up super early to get down there. So that night in the hotel is really saving you some stress.
You start your holiday a day earlier, don't you? I'm doing that on Friday night with my dad before we get on Saturday.
All right. So if you're in the Meon Valley on Friday night, say hello to our Keith.
Come and buy me a drink, absolutely. Yeah, please.
He looks a lot slimmer in real life, by the way. Deposit only, by the way, as we mentioned, the itineraries and ships vary. These are the prices. It's $7.99 for the 8th of July and also the 31st of October there, and actually great prices across the board there. ID number there is 87748. Now, Chris, you've got one final offer for us. It's actually one of the top-selling cruises of all time, this one, isn't it?
We featured this a few weeks ago, and it flew.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we love it so much we're putting it back on.
It's, yeah, it's one of those kind of, well, it's one of those offers that really is incredible. And I want to talk about Celebrity Cruises, because you're going to be away for a month on this one, and you're going to be seeing, you know, the heights of New Zealand and Australia and Singapore. So when you're away for a month, you need to be on one of the best ships in the world. And this is with Celebrity, isn't it?
Right. I mean, it's 5-star. They call it modern luxury.
Well, you worked with Celebrity,
yeah,
didn't you?
This is my baby. 4 years I was on Celebrity Cruises, actually on the Solstice class. So this ship is one of mine that I worked on myself. You know, 5-star. It's modern luxury. That really describes it well. The food is so special on board. There are so many places to eat. Some with the cover charge, don't worry about that. The food quality is even more superior than the main dining room that you get there. But if you just want to go for a freebie, that main dining room is serving up high quality cuisine, you know.
And I think what I was going to say what I love about Celebrity, it's everything. You know, the design of the ships, the service, the food. You know, they've won numerous awards, haven't they?
They're very. I think if you're a fan of stylish cruising and you want a really kind of nice environment, which is modern, it's the word modern luxury, then it is, because cruising has this oldie worldy feel. It's not gimmicky like some lines. It's stylish, and that's a real difference. You know, so if you like style with things, you like a stylish holiday, then Celebrity Cruise is definitely for you.
And even the staterooms, they're so well designed, aren't they? You know, you really notice in the bathrooms there's so much place to put all, you know, so many places to put all your things. Anyway,
with all your makeup as well, you need that, Sean. You know what I mean?
Certainly do.
Foundation, blusher, all these different things.
My hair products, but it is a trip of a lifetime, and say it was a top seller a few weeks ago. Starts with a flight to Singapore, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So that'll be an overnight. You then arrive fresh into the morning into the city of Singapore, one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world. Night and day, there's something going on. You know, every kind of culture is there. It's so modern. It's the cleanest city you'll ever visit in the world. In fact, throwing chewing gum on the floor is illegal, and you get fined for it. Just saying. You know, you're going to experience things there that you'll never see anywhere else.
And we actually get a free night tour as well in Singapore, don't we?
Right, so Planet Cruise have added in Singapore by Night, which is firstly a city bus tour. You get to see the city lights on the bus, and then you also head onto the Singapore River and check out the city from the river down there.
Wow. And again, it's you know, I've not been to Singapore yet. It's certainly on my wish list. So, great start to your month away. But then you're going to embark the Celebrity Solstice for this amazing 27-night cruise. Wow. And this is a trip of a lifetime, isn't it?
I mean, if you're looking at doing a Pacific holiday, this is going to cover everything. You've got near enough all of Australia, and the real gem in this is New Zealand. Yeah. So you're starting off in Bali in Indonesia. You've got a nice long day there where you'll be seeing the sights, lots of cultural things to do in Bali. First of all, we've got 2 sea days, haven't we, on board the ship?
We certainly have. And those are wonderful days, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, we've explored it already with the last ship, but with Celebrity, they've got different things to do, like they've got glass blowing on the ship, they've got a lawn, a fresh glass lawn there, plenty of things to do.
And so we've been to Bali, which is stunning.
We then head on to Darwin. You've got 2 days before Darwin to get you down to Australia. There you can, I mean, Darwin was a vital role in World War II, so there's lots of military history there. You can see the old airstrip from World War II, the old airbase, lots of things to do there if you like that kind of thing, the old military history.
And the big thing, if you show this next to me there, that's the big thing here. This is the Jesus bird, so named because it walks on water. So if you go through to the Kakadu National Park, which is one of the oldest parks in the world, you will see the Jesus bird strutting his funky stuff over the water. Incredible.
Brilliant, yeah, really nice.
Where next then, Chris?
We then head on to Cairns, so now you're heading around the top tip of Australia, heading into the Barrier Reef. So if you wanted to tick off something on your bucket list, this is the place to do it, Yorkeys Knob. You can head to the Franklin Island cruise. This one will head over to the Outer Barrier Reef. I mean, you're going to see it just now, it's absolutely stunning. Exactly what you see in the movies, exactly what you see in pictures, that's exactly what it's like. I've done this myself.
Do you know, I got told off on Queen Mary 2 for announcing tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be in Yorkeys Knob. and I got a complaint, you know, for saying the name. Can you believe that? But that's where we were going. It wasn't my fault. You know, I didn't name the place.
And then we move on to Airlie Beach, which is again another Great Barrier Reef area. But you can go to the Whitsundays here, which is another bucket list for somebody. I mean, look at the scenery. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
I can only imagine.
And you've got the famous Heart Reef as well. Look at this. That is naturally made. Incredible.
I mean, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely something I've not done and need to do very shortly. We then head on to another day at sea, where you go on to Brisbane, one of the major cities on the coastline there, and you can head into the Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. And if not, you can go do a city tour of Brisbane along the Brisbane River that heads right into the heart of the city. Check out the scenery there, very nice indeed. And then move on to Sydney after another sea day. Sydney, obviously, the heart of Australia that you're, you see in every kind of picture. Where you're docked, in fact, that's right where you're docked there. That's the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Sydney Opera House, and right in between those is where you'll be docking. So you couldn't get more central into the city if you tried. From there, you then have 2 sea days where you head across to Milford Sound and the sounds of the South Island of New Zealand. Now, we did the fjord cruise just earlier. This is even more dramatic, I'd say. Some of them you're sailing into, some of them you're sailing through, some of you're turning in and out again. These are actually sea days, but I mean the scenery is absolutely spectacular. You've got the naturalists on board telling you what you're going to be seeing throughout the trip. There is one excursion throughout the Sounds, but it does fill up even before you've set sail. So if you're looking into really exploring the Sounds, speak to them on the phone and they'll be able to look into that for you.
I mean, Chris, it is an amazing trip, this one, isn't it?
It covers everything.
Yeah,
everything
it
you want to
does.
see.
And it was a top seller recently. We brought it back. The reason why we brought it back tonight, we are worried the price is going to go up, by the way, because as the ship fills up...
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Right, you know, prices rise, don't they?
Yeah, we've been saying this for a good few months now, and just us alone, we've been doing very well. So I can imagine what everybody else is doing. We're now heading up to Dunedin, where you can start heading into Lord of the Rings land. The city is so dramatic. This is where they filmed some of the external shots there in Dunedin. Dunedin is also a very nice town just to kind of walk around, catch up the, soak up the culture there. Where we head up to Akaroa. And I mean, this is kind of rugged terrain around here, but you see all sorts of wildlife. You've got dolphins, you've got penguins. Any kind of wildlife lover will love this port, especially because you've got
dolphins as well. A big famous thing to do here.
Right, exactly.
Dolphins in the port area. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so plenty of boat tours to go out and see the animals there in Akaroa. Then we have another sea day where you head on to Tauranga, and this is where you'd have an overnight in the port there. Nice, it's kind of a smallish town, if you like, but nice to go out and explore. When you're even overnight, you get to see the local life as it is without the tourists. Tourists have gone home. Go out and swim in the shores there. Look at those gorgeous beaches. You get to really know the place with an overnight there. And then Auckland, the most famous city of New Zealand, right there in the top tip of the North Island. Another cosmopolitan city. That's the skyline from Mount Eden. Do the cable car trek up there. You get to see great panoramic views of the city, and that's exactly where you'll be docking right there into Auckland.
And then there's still a little bit more, isn't there?
Last port, yes. Then we head into Bay of Islands, and this is a great one if you're into caves. Again, I mean, rugged territory all across New Zealand here. Go and see the glowworms in their caves. Really, really interesting day, that one. And head in to see some Maori culture as well. This is
swim with dolphins as well. If you've never done that, it's one definitely to go and do.
And then couple of final days at sea, and they are incredible with celebrity. They really are. And then, of course, over to Sydney, we're disembarking a flight back to the UK. And you will have so much to do on the gorgeous ships with, of course, celebrity. They are... Well, you worked with them for 4 years, didn't you?
Right, yeah. I was entertainment staff, so I saw that side of it. I was selling cruises on board, so I saw the other side. They really do look after you well, and, I mean, the proof is there. People go back time and time again to celebrity.
Wow, well, let's remind you of what's included with this trip of lifetime. It was a top seller in the past few weeks. We are with the prices going to go up. Your price tag starts at just $2,999. All your return flights include, you've got 2 nights in a 5-star hotel also in Singapore, and the Singapore by night tour. overnights, some amazing overnights, and if you want to stay, we should say post-cruise in Sydney for a few nights, you can do that for just $279, can't you?
You'd be mad not to. 2 nights, and you also get an excursion with that as well. That's not listed there. You get
really?
to go to the Blue Mountains for $279. It's crazy.
Just a quickie, by the way, there are different classes that you could choose with Celebrity, things like Aqua Class or Concierge Class as well, where there's so much extra, things like priority check-in, personalised concierge service. So just ask our cruise consultants, you know, guys like Chris and ladies that'll be there to talk you through the different options that are available. But we are with the price is going to go up on this one. That's why we're featuring it for final time tonight. The ID number is 95560. So we've just got a couple of minutes to recap tonight's amazing show, and it's been incredible. We started off with your chance of visiting the Norwegian fjords from Southampton with Royal Caribbean. The price there starts at $649. This is a late deal, so 26th of May, and you get free drinks and free onboard spend as well, up to $200 onboard spend, and a free select drinks package which includes all of your wines and beers throughout the cruise there as well. We then moved on to absolute premium luxury with Oceania Cruises. We're talking about 5-star plus here. It's all inclusive, free gratuities as well, and the price on the screen is for a veranda, $1479. Even your specialty dining restaurants are included in the price there as well. We had a record week last week with Oceania, and we've got an amazing price now. Even the penthouse, by the way, is $1729 on that one as well. Then Princess Cruises on board the Star Princess. This is your chance of visiting Chile, the Falkland Islands, and Argentina there as well. And the price there, $2199 for the Star Princess there. We'll just change the full page graphics there as well. The price is $2199, and that does also include your 2-night stay in the 5-star hotel in Santiago as well. Then P&O were next. Wow, this really $799 is an incredible deal, isn't it? 14
nights. That's a whole 2 weeks away for less than £800.
I know, and that's for. That lead date there is the 8th of July, peak season. The ship on the 8th of July, that was the adults only one, wasn't it?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, but the ships do vary on the different dates as well. And then we just saw Celebrity Cruises on board the Celebrity Solstice there. A trip of a lifetime, a top seller, and we are saying where the price is going to go up on that one, so definitely worth booking tonight. Chris, you work in the call centre. You've worked on the cruise ships just as Keith has. What would you say to anybody that's still, you know, thinking, oh, I'm not sure, should I call? You know, is a cruise for me?
I mean, I think if you've ever done an all-inclusive resort, this is like doing an all-inclusive resort, but it's 24 hours and you get to visit multiple countries along that same holiday. You know, it's so much better.
It really is. You know, why would you just visit? Because most of us only have one holiday a year, so why would you just go to one place where you can visit all these countries without having lots of different flights and, you know, lots of hassle? It's easy, isn't it?
It's easy. It's just a menu of ports. You get to see what you like, what you don't like. It's perfect.
Keith, I know we've only got 20 seconds. You need to...
Yeah, we've not got much time, sadly, but here we go. We'll do our best. So, Char, N.A. Burton, Helen Rose, Helen Grimes, Greg Smith, Daniel Burton, Kate in Holdroyd, Sally Grimes, Samantha Bamber, Sharon Veal, Sonny Davison and Chris Moore. Sorry I didn't say more, but take care.
You did it, Keith. Keith, we'll see you next week. Chris, thank you so much. Book your cruise.